Yeah.
For a program as historic and proud as Miami, the Hurricanes have not been seen that way for nearly 2 decades. Miami has not won a conference title since 2003, all the way back in their time in the Big East. Since 2011, the Hurricanes have had 3 coaches go a combined 83-55, with just 1 double-digit win season, 1 division title, 1 New Year's Six bowl appearance, and just 1 bowl victory in 8 bowl appearances. Miami now turns to Mario Cristobal to change all of that and restore this once proud program. So welcome back to the Gridiron Expert, guys, ready to break down the Mario Cristobal hire at Miami, at the U. Can he change everything down in Miami? Still a program that is historic, still a program that is very proud and faithful to their Hurricanes, but one that has not been seen as a threat on the national stage for many, many years. So we're here to break down everything you need to know about that and, of course, share our official grade for this hire. Before we can do that, make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos. Guys, just the click of that like button, a comment, hitting that sub button helps us out tremendously. Something that takes just a few seconds can help us out big time in the long run. So make sure to do that. Make sure to check out everything down in the description below to help us continue to grow this Gridiron Expert channel to bring you content like this 24/7, 365. College football content year-round. So we'll take a look at this hire, guys. Some people were surprised when Mario Cristobal left a stable job at Oregon, an Oregon program that he had in playoff discussion 2 of his 4 years there, an Oregon program where he won 2 Pac-12 titles. People were surprised when he left Oregon to go to Miami, a team that was kind of viewed as a train wreck, not only because of the Manny Diaz era, but because of how they handled the firing of Manny Diaz. They were looking at hiring Mario Cristobal, but had yet to fire Diaz. So it was a very, very poor situation at Miami. And so when Cristobal left, a lot of people questioned why. Well, the thing is, the move makes a lot of sense because Cristobal has strong Miami ties. First off, it's his alma mater. Mario Cristobal played on the offensive line at Miami from 1989 to 1992. He was a GA for Miami from 1998 to 2000. Was the tight ends coach for the Hurricanes from 2004 to 2005 and the offensive line coach there in 2006. He took his first head coaching gig in the state of Florida, becoming the head coach at Florida International. Coached there from 2007 to 2012. Bounced around a little longer before finally becoming the head coach at Oregon, where he served from 2018 to 2021, going 35-13 with the Ducks again, winning 2 Pac-12 titles during that time there. So Cristobal, guys, going to Miami really shouldn't be much of a shock for many. You know, a lot of these coaches, guys, they wait for the opportunity to take a job at their alma mater, to go back to where they played, to go back to where they got their start, especially with a program as big, as historic, and proud as Miami. Cristobal saw that opportunity, and it really was one that he could not pass up. And you look at this, guys, Mario Cristobal coming to Miami spells, to me, bad news for the rest of the ACC, and maybe bad news for the rest of the country, especially in the southern region. Recruiting, we know how big that is in college football, and we know how big of a powerhouse the state of Florida is when it comes to recruiting. And there are a lot of people out there, guys, including national analysts, saying that Mario Cristobal could be a major threat to coaches like Nick Saban, Kirby Smart, Dabo Swinney, and guys like that when it comes to recruiting the South Florida area. That South Florida area is not going to be nearly as easy to recruit in as maybe it once was under Mark Richt or Al Golden or even Manny Diaz in recent years. You look at the recruiting rankings, how Cristobal has done even during his time at Oregon. During his time at Oregon, guys, he posted 4 straight top 13 recruiting classes, including a 6th-ranked recruiting class in 2021. In 2022, Miami finished 15th in the recruiting rankings, according to 24/7 Sports. That finishes 3rd in the ACC and higher than every other Florida program, higher than the Florida Gators, higher than the Florida State Seminoles, even UCF and the American. Miami was 15th in the country in recruiting, higher than all of their other in-state opponents, 3rd within their conference, only behind Clemson and North Carolina. Recruiting is going to be huge, especially within the state of Florida, and Cristobal already making his mark in that state and making his mark in the South. When you look at the outlook for 2022, not just on the recruiting landscape, but the talent and the staff that he has in place, Miami is in a position to automatically start contending for a division crown, especially in the wide open ACC Coastal. You know, as we've said already, Mario Cristobal is a fantastic coach, but his hires so far on his staff have been phenomenal. First off, he recently hired Josh Gaddis away from Michigan to become his offensive coordinator down at Miami. Josh Gaddis just won the Broyles Award as the top assistant coach in college football during his time with the Wolverines. Remember, Michigan making the college football playoff for the first time this season. He also hired Kevin Steele as his defensive coordinator. Kevin Steele, the longtime Auburn defensive coordinator, serving as DC for the Tigers from 2016 to 2020. And maybe one of the more underrated hires that Cristobal has made during his time at Miami was actually not a hire that he made outside of the program, but bringing one from Oregon, and Alex Mirabal from Oregon becoming the assistant head coach, associate head coach, and the offensive line coach. Fantastic hire, and fantastic that Cristobal was able to bring him along from Oregon down to the U. Mirabal doing a fantastic job with the Ducks, always had one of the better offensive lines, not just in the Pac-12, but in the country, and they're going to look to continue that trend down now at Miami. Factor in, outside of the coaching staff, factor in the players, none bigger than Tyler Van Dyke, their quarterback, and this is a Miami team that's looking very good. Tyler Van Dyke kind of stealing the show last year, starting the last 7 games for the Hurricanes, throwing for over 2,800 yards during those 7 games for 21 touchdowns. He threw for over 300 yards in each of the final 6 games. So there's a lot of potential there for Miami in 2022. You've got I wouldn't even say a veteran quarterback because Tyler Van Dyke's still very young, but a quarterback who has experience already, thrived when he got that experience, and a very veteran coaching staff, not just from the head coaches, but from the coordinators to even the position coaches as well. When you look at the schedule, Miami's got a tough one. And you're going to know what this Mario Cristobal Miami team looks like by week 3. You're going to know whether this team is legit or maybe they still have a little ways to go. In week 3, they travel to College Station for an intriguing non-conference matchup against Texas A&M out of the SEC. That to me is going to show whether or not Miami is a team that we should take seriously nationally, or maybe they're 1 year away from that. Even if Miami were to lose this game, lose it in close fashion, you can start to say, all right, the Hurricanes are getting there. And maybe they aren't a threat nationally yet, but they are going to be in the ACC. When you look at the ACC slate, they get to host North Carolina. They host Florida State, that big-time rivalry matchup. They host Pittsburgh. Remember, Pittsburgh, great last year with Kenny Pickett, landed Keaton Slovis, the USC transfer, as their quarterback going into 2022. They travel to Clemson out of the Atlantic on November 19th. That's obviously going to be a very tough game. Death Valley, not an easy place to play. But the Coastal Division, guys, is possibly Miami's for the taking. UNC, off a bad year. Virginia Tech, dealing with a brand new head coach. There's a lot of, Pittsburgh, of course, in the mix as well, but dealing with new players as well. So this is a Miami team, guys, in a wide open division that very well could win the Coastal, and with a fantastic coach in Cristobal who thrived right off the bat during his time at Oregon, he can not only have them in contention for a Coastal crown, but maybe an ACC crown as well, considering Clemson has taken a bit of a step back. Overall, guys, you look at this grade. What are we going to give Mario Cristobal for his time at Miami? What do we grade this hire? Well, so far, we haven't had many bad hires in this coaching series, and we're not going to give him one now. An A-plus hire for Miami. To me, this is an A-plus home run hire. And again, why do we say that? Miami is a program that needed a big name hire, something that would energize the fan base, and getting someone in there that they knew could win. Cristobal is that guy. He was phenomenal at another Power 5 program at Oregon. Again, just 1 game away, a couple years there at Oregon from making the college football playoff. Won 2 straight Pac-12 titles, made 3 straight Pac-12 championships. He understands Miami and he understands the culture. He was a player there. He was a coach there. So he understands the region and the rich tradition that Miami has. Anytime you have a chance to go back to your alma mater, you got to take that opportunity. Cristobal did just that. Factor in that he's a fantastic recruiter. Factor in that he's a guy that players want to play for. To me, this is the hire that Miami needed to not only continue to make a name for themselves, to get themselves back on the map, but this is the hire they needed for Miami to officially be back. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Mario Cristobal, A-plus home run hire for the Miami Hurricanes. Can't wait to see what he has in store for 2022. But as always, make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos. Check out everything down in the description below. And we will see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.